Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night, another Riverbend Talent brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway at Morrison's Irish Pub. We got an open mic later tonight at Raging Cajun in Alton. Also trivia night later. 6:30 start at the Conservatory to 8:30. Borderline 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's and Alton. Cree Rider up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville from 6 to 9 tonight. Eric Lysot 7 to 11 at Deutsch Village Inn and Pontoon Beach. And then we got the Pete Kreischock Project benefit for Penelope, who has childhood cancer. And that's the granddaughter of Michelle Smith from Scott and Michelle. Man. And that's been going on since 11 o'clock, but the band's going to start up, well, they started at 5, and they're going to go to 7 at the Mexican Honorary Society in Granite City, and that's real Mexican food. So they're selling tacos.
That is real Mexican food.
Yeah, they're selling tacos for this benefit, and man, it was packed. I was there at just before noon.
Oh, yeah.
And they're piling in, so this could possibly sell out. So just give me some heads
hopefully
up
it will.
there.
Hopefully they'll raise some money there.
Yep, good to see Scott and Michelle. And Mayor Mike Parkinson, also working hard, filling out the plates. Didn't even have time to talk. He was so busy. So, good shout out
Keeping
for that.
that man hopping down there, aren't they?
Yeah, need those volunteers, and they had several, and man, not a better cause right there. Okay, what else? Frankie and the House Shakers started at 6, going to 9 at Patrick's in Granite City. Scott Marlin starts at 7 o'clock, goes till 10 at Pavia's Place in Granite City. And Blake Foltz started at 6. He'll go to 9 at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. A girl named Holly started at 5:30. That's Holly Schultz, by the way. 5:30 to 8:30 at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey. They wrote it that way, Pigpen. I just copied it.
I thought you were just kind of, shooting from the hip there, going, "Hey, a girl named Holly's going to be there."
Yeah.
So that's her pseudo name. That's her stage.
Yeah, I don't have a gun, Pigpen. So, Experience Live Music Row underway. Starting at 6 at Copper Fire with John Spicer. Matt Walterscheid started at 6 at Benny's Pizza, and Logan Chapman starts at 7 at the venue on Main in Belleville. That's Experience Live Music Row, which they do every single weekend. A festival right there on the main drag in Belleville.
And that's got to be going over 2 years now. That's a long time to keep that, to keep something like that going that long. So congrats to those folks who are putting that one on.
And tonight, our guest, Pigpen.
Returning to the show, we have Miss Gray.
Hello.
April Gray from Trinity's Way. And I jokingly say Miss Gray because also from Alton High School.
Yes.
The journalism. Is that your class?
Some of them I'm just now Gray. So
you're just Gray now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Gray?
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And it's I know it's journalism that you teach. What is the official?
That's exactly what I teach.
Right?
I teach Journalism 1, and I teach a Journalism 2 honors class 2, which is more like a advanced hands-on kind of practicum, producing the student news magazine and doing some digital broadcasting. So,
excellent.
Never boring.
Right, and very familiar type stuff to what we do here. Not so much. I mean, we've got.
That's why I'm nervous, Pigpen. The teacher's in.
Well, not only that.
I'm the nice teacher, though.
And
trust me.
And not only is she in, she's hot off an award here, the National Award in Journalism. When did you receive that?
That was just today.
Today.
Yeah. So
that's
I got
how
the
fresh
news.
It is.
I know. You guys didn't even know, did you?
Breaking news right here.
Breaking
news.
That's
how we do it.
First to hear. Yeah, it's a national award. It's the First Amendment Press Freedom Award. So
nice.
Yeah, there's just 28 schools in the whole entire United States that are recognized for that. So
wow.
We did we had to go through 2 rounds of competition and an extensive kind of review process by a committee, and
Wow, and they just announced it today.
Yeah, well, today happens to be Student Press Freedom Day. So it was a fitting day to announce that award.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
And only 28 schools recognized in all 50 states.
Exactly.
Through the whole I mean, that's a pretty small number of schools to get noticed out of the amount of high schools that are out there. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty prestigious award there. The National Award in Journalism going to April Gray in the Alton High School.
Yeah, I mean, I really credit that all to my students. So I'm just the guide. They really do all the hard work.
And also returning to the show, Amanda Clark.
Yeah, I'm here again.
Gonna have to lean in a little.
I'm here again.
She's back, and
dangerous as ever.
And reminding me that last time she was on, I accused her of being a serial killer. Or suggested that it was just a possibilty. I didn't accuse you.
Just a possibility. I said you never know. So
It's nothing we can definitely rule out. So. And first timer. Oh, look out. Newcomer to the show, Faith Yanger. Welcome to the show, Faith.
Hello.
Yeah, lean in a little more to the mic there and let us hear your beautiful voice. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. And you are not only a newcomer to the show, but also a new board member to Trinity's Way.
Yeah, I'm the newest member.
Yeah, so this...
But I've been trying to get on the board for a long time.
Yeah, okay.
And going to all the events and everything.
And why? What exactly made you what brought you to this place where you said, I want to be on the board of Trinity's Way?
Well, I really have a lot of fun, like, at all the events that we go to, and I just wanted to have more of a say in how things went.
Wanted to play a deeper role.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just really care deeply about the group. And
Nice. And the causes.
Yeah.
Which the two main causes of Trinity's Way. You can tell me how wrong I am when I get this wrong because I'm not a journalist. I'm
Or you
just a
can test her and
jackass.
see if she knows.
Yeah. You know what? I know for sure what Trinity's Way is about. Let's see if you know. No. As far as I know, the main causes are to help animals.
Yeah.
And to clean up trash.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Which really the main thing being to just spread Trinity's Way, and Trinity was your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, simply put, we took what her passions were, and that's what we wanted to carry on. So that's the mission, to provide support, whether it's financial or as far as supplies, to local animal aid organizations. We only give to other 501(c)(3)s. That's part of our mission. And then, of course, to do our monthly litter cleanups, because
those are the most fun.
Those are the most fun, and that came about because Trinity had, kind of unbeknownst to me, she had written this little essay that went in Orion magazine that I didn't find out about until after she had passed away, that was published, talking about the caves down near Piasa Park and in that area, and how that was a place that felt like home to her, and how much she loved it and how beautiful it was. And how disgusted she was by, the people that would go down there and just not respect the beauty of that area. So we brought that in too.
Look, it's fine to go down there and hang out. Just take your mess with you.
It's that whole pack in, pack out thing.
All you gotta do is bring a trash bag.
All you gotta do.
It's not that hard. Now, the funny thing is, some of the things that you find, like you climb up on the bluffs and you're 30 foot up and there's a tire. How did a whole wheel, not just a tire, like the wheel, everything, you're like, how did this get here?
A while back, there was an entire wardrobe sitting deep in the caves, like all the way back in the back. I'm like, who carried this in there? How did you get past the rock mountain to get this back here?
Somebody wanted that, their whole wardrobe back there really bad. And there have been, I remember one time some of the kids were like, hey, there's a tent up here and somebody's been living in it. Look, the cook stove is still warm. My wife often takes part in these, and what I like to do is when they're on Godfrey Road, and my wife's out there picking them up, I drive by and throw a soda can at her and pick that up. No. Passive aggressive.
You better not.
That's It's more like aggressive.
That's totally aggressive.
I've had somebody throw a whole pack of cigarettes at me before.
Yeah.
Now I was joking.
No. But it really is. It really
does
is
happen.
sad. It really is sad, kind of the experience that we have in those litter cleanups, where a lot of times you get people that like honk and roll down their window, and they're like, "Thank you so much. We appreciate this." And then you do get the people who blatantly, they're revving their engine as fast as they can as you're 6 inches from the side of the road and throwing their cup out, and it's disheartening that there actually are. It's not just a joke. There are people out there in the world who are really like that.
Yeah. How much hate do you have in your heart
Really
to
do that
do
kind of
that?
You were gonna pick up stuff anyway. Here's just one more cup for you. You weren't doing anything else on this Saturday morning. You had nowhere to be. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm a non-smoker, but if someone threw an entire pack of cigarettes at you, maybe that was a donation. I mean, they're not cheap, right?
Sell them.
It's a sign
right?
to start smoking at least.
The only other reason I could think is they thought you were homeless.
Right.
I don't know.
You're picking up the trash for just stuff to have.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was a cold day, we might have looked homeless. You gotta layer up and
I think I was wearing a high-vis vest.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, probably.
Well, we know Pigpen's a crack journalist, so he's going to tell us the 2 important dates that you ladies came in to talk about, because he knows exactly what the dates are, because he's a crack journalist.
All I can think right now is I picked the wrong day to quit smoking. That's all I can think. So I'm gonna say these crack dates are.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, that's how horrible of a journalist I am right there.
All right. So the open mic is Friday, March 1st
Yeah.
at the Milton School.
Maevas,
Right?
correct?
No, that's not correct. It's actually tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
see?
tomorrow, February 23rd.
Now we have a crack journalist, an
Yeah.
award-winning journalist.
That's exact. Yeah.
Okay.
We had to reschedule
I
from
wanted
last.
to
It was
see if
supposed
she-
to be last week.
Okay.
We canceled due to the weather.
So I knew that.
Yeah, and so we rescheduled for it's tomorrow.
You might
Yeah,
want
it's
to check
tomorrow.
You might want
Okay.
to check your event.
It's wrong?
Maybe.
Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
saying. I thought I
We'll
looked
double
today.
check.
It's time to fire the social media manager.
Well,
Who might be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
okay.
gonna have to take that award back.
That's what I was trying to
Hold
find
on,
out.
I'm going to check it right now. On the air. Live on the air.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I get the second date right then. The cleanup, March 3rd?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that one is correct. And at the caves for the first time this year, so that's pretty exciting. Just talking about the caves, we do 2 cleanups at the caves every year.
Yeah.
One in February and then one around Trinity's birthday in August.
And so one.
She's giving me that look like I can't see it.
Tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Okay, good.
The open mic at
So
Maevas.
she
Yeah.
gets to keep
From
her
5 to 8
beautiful
p.m.
award.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was confused because I know we announced it last week, and then you were like, it wasn't last week, so,
Right.
which I didn't know. But
But yeah,
Yeah.
we announced it anyway because we're crack journalists, crackhead journalists.
well, you look at an event, you put it down on your list, and then someone goes back and changes it. You don't know they changed it.
Yeah, and we
So-
really,
Right. Everything's changing.
just to defend you, we
Thank
did
you.
cancel late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we
like-
were, thinking maybe we could just go ahead, and then we decided,
It wasn't worth the risk.
yeah, it wasn't worth the risk involved, so we did
Okay.
cancel kind of late that
You
day.
didn't
Yeah,
change
imagine the Maevas
right before you
parking
came
lot
here
covers
or anything.
No.
Just
awful.
checking.
No,
Okay.
definitely.
Everything's
All right.
changing, man.
So
it's fine.
so we got it figured out now.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we do. So it is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It is at Maevas at the old Milton School. Haunted place right there. Creepy place. I was touched by a ghost, wasn't I?
You can stay the night there.
I cannot stay the night there. No, you were wrong. I cannot. I don't want to. So the what time does that open mic start? That's 5? Is that a 5 kickoff?
Yeah.
5 p.m. kickoff.
5 to 8.
5 to 8. And how does it work for folks who are interested in showing up? Do you just show up and get your name on the list when you get there?
Yeah, it's first come, first serve, and then we have like 20-minute time slots for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback that people wanted the time slots to be longer for a better setup. We had a person bringing in like a keyboard that took a while to set up. So we wanted the time slots to be longer this time.
Absolutely. And I mean, it takes a few minutes to get even just somebody with a guitar on and off stage. There's always a, hey, how you doing? Just get up and play. We don't have time for this.
My name is.
So there you go. And what time can they show up and start putting their name on the list? What time's that? What time does the blank sheet get set out?
We usually show up around 4:30.
4:30? Okay, perfect. There you go. And what would people need to bring other than, like, is there a PA for them to sing through, or are they just, how does it work equipment wise?
Actually, Maevas recently installed a PA into the room where we were having it last year. So now we just use their system.
Nice.
All they have to bring is themselves and an instrument if they play, but we allow like comedy, like stuff that doesn't, poetry that doesn't require any instruments. I know Sarah Dew, a local artist, comes and reads all the time.
Yeah,
and that's
she does
really
book
enjoyable.
readings from her novels.
Slam poetry?
If you want.
Yeah.
Just checking. I don't know I'm still thinking over what I could do. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure.
Give us a good rhyme.
So I have a bit where I wrap myself in saran wrap while my friend Dennis beats me with a stick. Could we do that? It's performance art.
As long as you can do it in 20 minutes.
Yes. I don't know if we can do all of it in 20 minutes. It's a very.
You better come in pre-wrapped.
I'd like to meet this Dennis guy.
Dentist.
Oh, okay.
You missed. That was a miss.
First he gives me some nitrous, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. he told me we had a show. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. 4:30 people can start showing up at Maevas, and that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow, not some other day.
Yeah.
Real journalism tells us, award-winning journalism tells us it's tomorrow. Mm-hmm. No, I thought the same thing. I thought it was last week, and then it got pushed up 2 weeks from now.
He probably told me that earlier, and I actually believed him, which is my fault. Never believed what he said.
Yeah.
It's the Berenstain Bears being spelled different, man. It's that Mandela effect.
Yeah.
The Nelson Mandela effect. It's true, man. So then the cleanup. Get on to that one. That's because that is always it's work because you're walking around picking up trash, but it's always a bunch of laughs. Usually somebody has some donuts. You know, I don't mean somebody shows up with donuts to eat. There's a box found on the side of the road, but no, that's not true. And if people want to show up for the cleanup, they don't need to bring anything except themselves and maybe a pair of gloves, because you supply trash bags.
We supply gloves too. So
yeah, maybe some boots.
Down at the caves, that's probably one important thing to note is that you do need sturdy footwear down there. Yeah. So it's probably not going to be extremely dried out even by March 3rd, so that would be a wise choice.
All right, there you go. And those are you do those cleanups once a month, but they're not all on the River Road or at the caves. You guys have the plot of Godfrey Road that you tend to, right?
Mm-hmm. Another one that we do twice a year.
On Godfrey Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually our stretch of adopted highway. We took that on, I guess it's been maybe 3 years ago now, where we wanted to kind of expand our litter cleanups that we were doing, and chose to adopt a highway. And, Walmart, we get a lot of trash from that area.
You're wanting to do more cleanups, but nobody wants to go back to Northside Park, so no.
It's funny. I was just walking past there last night, and it's in serious need of a cleanup, of a litter cleanup.
You could do a cleanup on Thursday, and by Friday, it's going to be in need of a cleanup. And I'm laughing because otherwise I'll just cry. Because it's sad how... Like we were making the jokes about people chucking cups out or whatever. There was very specifically one time where we were down on the River Road, and me and my wife got on the riverside, and we were walking, and we cleaned up this area. And somehow when we turned around to walk back, there's already new stuff thrown where we had just walked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't. it's just crazy to think that it's that fast. Like, you have just cleaned it up, you turn around, and there it is again. And, I guess when the world is my garbage can is the attitude, the world is my ashtray,
Yeah. It's hard not to lose faith in humanity when you see stuff like that, but then I get reminded that humanity is good every time we show up for the litter cleanups and we clean it, and, like, extra people show up just for fun.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, not everyone's like that.
Yeah, definitely not. And I think for us, that's one of the reasons the cleanups have become so important, is because the number one deterrent for littering is to not see trash on the ground. So if you clean up an area, then hopefully, I don't know what those people are doing. You can't make all the people behave in a better way for the good of society, but we just keep doing what we're doing to keep the litter off the ground and hopefully prevent people from throwing it back out there,
Yeah, you recently posted something where the trash that we were picking up is, like, reduced.
It does
year.
reduce, and, like, we've been doing the caves now since 2018, and we can see that we do that cleanup twice a year. We've seen a significant reduction in the amount of total bags that we're getting. It took probably a solid 3 years for that to happen, but it was like people started to notice there's not as much trash here. They don't throw as much trash here. And so over time, we've actually seen how that theory works.
So, well, first of all, like that first time we were down at the caves, nobody had done it for years. So the amount of garbage that was picked up on that particular day was astonishing almost.
It's astonishing.
and
it was.
And I kind of assumed that after that one, it would go down just because it only has 6 months to accumulate before you come back, But I hadn't thought about the theorem that you just discussed there, that the best deterrent for people who litter is not seeing litter.
Yeah, I could not tell you for the life of me, like, what source I've read that from.
It's blatant plagiarism.
Right.
You're not going to cite your source.
Award-winning journalism program, but,
we're going to have to take that award back again.
Feeling of plagiarism right now, for sure. But, that's another component of the cleanups, is that we typically do a little bit of education after them. And so we'll post on our social media page, maybe about how destructive microplastics are, or how cigarette butts are one of the largest forms of litter. So somewhere I read that. I just can't tell you what the exact source is, but the number one deterrent to keep people from littering is to have areas that are litter free. And when they don't see litter there, they're less likely to litter.
I had never heard that theory before, but it makes perfect sense. It's easy to throw out trash into a pile of trash. Right. Oh, look, there's garbage out, and I'm not going to throw my trash out on, it's easy whenever the place is trashed to just want to do that, I guess. Not for me necessarily, but I guess I could see where it would be easier. But yeah, I never heard that. I like that. I'm gonna put that on bumper stickers and start sticking them on other people's cars. If it's not marketed
yet, you could definitely probably make some money.
I'm just going to throw them around town and litter with
Next time I see someone throw something out of their car, I'll just toss the magnet at it and hopefully it sticks.
There you go. Yeah, well, it's kind of like U2's album. You don't get a choice. You just get this bumper sticker whether you want it or not. So there you go. That is happening, what, March 3rd? Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, the litter cleanup is March 3rd, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And what do people do? Just show up?
All they need to do is just show up. We've got...
And where do they show up exactly?
Down at Piasa Park.
There you go.
I'm not sure what the exact... I could look that up. But it's down at Piasa Park. Most people are familiar with where the caves are at. But I do know that if you Google Piasa Park, it's going to give you the address and get you there. So we also do the pull-off, which is down the road just a ways. It's on the river side. And that's really important to us, too. Because that's trash that's going to enter our waterways even more quickly than the trash that's in that Piasa Park Caves area.
And
but
sometimes
definitely
the trash down there is even worse than the trash in the caves.
Oh, yeah.
And you find like bags of already picked up trash just spilling over into the river. So that one's really important to clean up.
Yeah, so we just meet up at Piasa Park and then figure out who's going to go where.
Nice. And so anybody out there who wants to be a part of it, just put it on your calendar, March 3rd. And all you got to do is show up at Piasa Park and help all the folks from Trinity's Way keep our community clean. We're the ones living here. It's amazing that so many people think it's their ashtray. But that is the mentality. Speaking of our community, what do we got going on Friday evening?
Well, we got the open mic at Maevas.
We do got that. That's going to be
Yes.
started.
Yeah, from
That's
5 until 8.
We've definitely got that. Trinity's Way open mic. 5 p.m. kickoff. Show up as early as 4:30 to get your name on the list. It is a first come, first serve situation.
Do you know if the touring Darian Rowe is going to be there?
Ooh, I know that Darian had replied that she was going to be there last
Nice.
Friday, but
Oh.
I haven't seen
Oh.
for this Friday yet. So, yes, I'm not 100% sure. But we miss her. You know,
Yeah.
she's our former board member, and we had a little send-off for her back in November.
And she's
so
back, so I'm
she's
hoping.
back, so we're really hoping that we will
I
see
bet
her
she
there.
makes it.
We will
Ropo.
see her there.
Knowing Darian, she'll make it.
Yes.
Ropo.
That's right. Ropo.
What else we got going on Friday evening?
Well, we got the open mic down at Maevas. The old Milton School.
I had not heard about that.
Yeah.
You know,
Tell
that's
me
the
more.
only thing going on Friday night. Everybody should come to the open mic at Maevas.
Everyone.
Everyone.
There's
I
nothing else.
actually have it on the list. So for some reason, and I think it was when you called me earlier, I wrote down March 1st on my note. But I have it right on the website.
Yeah, you've got it right here.
So
Friday, February 23rd.
yeah.
Trinity's Way, open mic night, 5 to 8. Old Milton.
I believe I've been brainwashed by Pigpen.
It's like I gave your mind a scrub or a rinse. I don't know how to
Something
say.
happened.
I don't have the right words for it.
Something happened.
Well,
It
I'll
was
tell you
over.
what.
It was over the phone, so it's not like our normal reason for getting things.
Yeah, we were tailgating over the phone.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
maybe.
All right, so also Friday night, the Conservatory.
Wait, don't
What?
forget about live Irish music
Oh,
at Morrison's from 6 to 10.
I
And then
skipped
pianos,
right past it.
or maybe a band down at Raging Cajun Piano Bar. Did I mention Trinity Way open mic 5 to 8 at the Old Milton?
No,
I haven't heard of that
it.
one before.
No, it sounds like a really good time for a really good cause, though. Tell me more.
Well, I'm wondering about Maevas. So where do they set up in that little place there?
So we actually set up in, it's like the back banquet room area.
Okay.
We have signage as people come in that main door going into Mavis Coffee House, because you do have to walk down the hall and turn a corner and, find kind of meander your way there. So there is signage to help people get there.
Now the weather's getting nicer. Won't you guys move
We
out into the
will
court? Look,
happily move outside
Yeah.
as
Please,
soon as
it
we
was
can.
so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second the weather is nice enough, we will be out there.
Yeah, that's why I bring up Old Milton School, because it kind of moves around there.
Yeah.
Where the open mic is exactly.
Yes.
But this time it's in Maevas.
It's always an adventure.
Is that a
Find
once
it.
a month thing too, or?
It's going to be once a month. Yeah, our next one's going to be after this one on the 23rd. Will be March 15th. We've yet to set a date for April, but yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead, Pigpen. You wanted that conservatory gig. You're trying to jump on it so quick there with our formerly known as Hive Mind.
Yeah, so what's happening is Trinity's Way's having an open mic at the Old Milton School. And that's going on Friday, 5 to 8. That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah. We'll go ahead with the conservatory.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, the Conservatory's got something going on at 7:30, but that's after this 5 to 8
Okay.
at Milton School.
Right.
We've got Blush with 86 Red, Meremott, maybe, I don't know, and Revelations. And that's all going on at the Conservatory, starting at 7:30 on Friday.
Across the street, 6 o'clock, Sips and Strings, featuring the Alton Symphony Orchestra String Quartet at Jacoby's Art Center.
Nice.
Friday night.
Excellent.
Anthony Nanney and Company, 2 to 6, and Borderline 7:30 at Fast Eddie's. The Buzz Tones have canceled at the VFW, but the left-hand Cowboy is going to step up and take their slot.
Right.
From 7 to 11, that's country music at the VFW in Alton. Baywolfe will start at 9 o'clock at Third Chute in Alton and go until 1 a.m. Lady Luck playing out at Baker's and Hale on Friday from 7 to 10, and Dustin Coleman out at Laux Brickhouse from 7 to 10 in Bethalto on Friday. Everhart and Light doing the Moose in Wood River from 7 to 10. Lexy Dona, 5 to 8 at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. The double wide deal, 7 to 11 at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon on Friday. The brothers Jefferson doing the doubleheader down at Deutz Village Inn, both Friday and Saturday, 8:30 to 12:30. The Scrumpy Looking Nerf Herder, 6 to 10 at the Speakeasy in Granite City. Flip side, 8 o'clock at Bendy's in Granite City. Blackie Starks starts at 8 o'clock. And goes to 11:55 on the nose. We got to clean it out. Patty McDee's in Granite City.
11:55.
You know it. And that's bar time, folks.
Oh yeah, you got to be out by midnight. You got to be out the door by midnight, man.
It looks that way, don't it?
It does.
Our friends Merv 5, our guests recently, 7 to 11 at Gabby's Lounge inside Red Top Barbecue in Collinsville. And a whole show on that one.
Man, and Jimmy G, when he'd been asking me for like a year to get them on, and he said they were kids, but wow, a couple of them 15. So yeah, young band, but I look forward to checking them out.
Yeah. Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters, 7 to 11 at the Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton on Friday, and Jay Hollinger up in Jerseyville at George's Pub and Grill from 6 to 9. And yeah, that's about it. The rest are on the outskirts there Friday.
Oh, we got Graham Pagano playing in Germantown.
Yeah.
And
that used to be a hot spot back in the day.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What was the name of that bar, Pigpen? Everybody played in Germantown. I know the Undecided played there. And you probably wrote it for them there.
There was the Speakeasy. It was a huge club that down there that would do shows with like Foghat and Head East, and they'd have like, bands that were past their apex, let's say, coming through. But just a huge room down there. But right next to them is Breeze, where the ski soda's made, and also Lucky Cola. So I'm just saying, homemade hometown soda. That's way more interesting. No, that Germantown definitely. I don't know this Millside Inn, but yeah, it was a huge club down there in the middle of nowhere. Kind of reminded me of Al Capone's club up there in Beneld, where it's just a huge club in the middle of kind of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. But back in the day, all the bands playing there.
Yeah, everyone coming through. Yeah, absolutely.
Exit 52 is going to be at Martin's Lane and Root House on Friday night at 7:30. And, of course, the Experience Live Music Grow, as we mentioned, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a festival down in Belleville. Shotgun Creek, our buddies, they'll be at a place called the Trainwreck in Westport.
All right.
That's St. Louis.
There you go. A lot going on a Friday evening in our little community.
You want to bounce on some Saturday real quick?
Yep, might as well do it, man.
Okay, well, we got the pianos as usual down at Raging Cajun, and we've got Shrivel Up with Greed. Shrivel Up with Greed.
Okay.
I think that's two bands.
I don't think it is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a comma there, so maybe it's one band.
Yeah.
So we're going with that. Shrivel Up with Greed, Drop the Blade, and Reaver.
Okay.
That's going to be down at the Conservatory in Alton, a $10 entry fee, 7 o'clock for the bands. Anthony and Annie, 2 to 6, and Borderline 7:30 on Saturday, just like Friday. Rob Schwartz out at Bakers and Hale on Saturday from 7 to 10. And the Warehouse Project. We need to get Jay Hollinger back on. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Since like the beginnings. He plays a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways, 7:30 at the Ranch House in Godfrey. Are you guys on the outs or something? What's up, Big Ben? I mean, you and Jay.
He's not taking my calls anymore. Something about me getting a little handsy one time. I don't know.
I know how you and Matt Tall went through that for a minute.
Yeah, well, Matt Tall's learned to accept it.
Oh, also on Saturday. Remember that left-hand cowboy who's bailing out the Buzz Tones at the VFW Friday? Well, they got their own thing going on Saturday, and it's the Bethalto Chamber of Commerce Wild West Winterfest.
Okay.
Right? From 6:30 to 11:30 at the Legion in Bethalto with the left-hand cowboy. That's a $30 ticket for that one.
Well, it is the Wild West Winterfest, so that's $10 per W word. So $30 to get in there.
Remember that band Throw the Horns?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They devolved into Horns Up.
Okay.
So some of the members from that band now had this band called Horns Up.
Horns
9
Up.
o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River. So And they're going to be bringing the acoustics back in, I think it's March.
And the horns.
So they'll be doing 2 shows at the Pump House on Saturday again.
Nice.
Right. Blake Gardner and the Farmers, 7 to 11 at Sparky's in South Roxana. Logan Chapman at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville from 6 to 9 on Saturday. And Cricket and the Grilled Avocados up at the Grafton Winery on Saturday from 3 to 7. The Brewhouse.
Brewhouse.
Right.
Nice.
Strangers Duo at Big Daddy's from 6 to 9 in Edwardsville. The Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance. What was that? Last week we had them on?
Yeah, last week we had him on, and man, out of all the wrestling people, he's kind of my favorite to get to talk to. Just seeing Christian come from being told you're too little to do this to going, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
I love the attitude, man. Oh yeah, I'm not good enough. I'll show you.
Yeah.
So good for
Great
them.
story, yeah. And now they've got their monthly show at the Legion, and it's this Saturday, 7 o'clock. And that's a $15 adult, $5 kid ticket. And the kids love it, man.
Yeah,
you know
good
that,
times.
Yeah. City Heat 7 to 10 at the Moose in Edwardsville. Strange Buffalo 8 to 11 at Lyle's Tavern in Maryville. How about the new crime trio, Pigpen? The new crime.
Well, you know, it's better than the old crime trio. Those new, I don't know. It sounds like a weird name to me. New crime trio.
Mm-hmm. This should have been the new crime cartel.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can change it to that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about
Okay.
that. Find out who's in that band. I got to talk to him about their name.
Anyways, that's the Cabin of Judy Creek on Saturday. Steel Creek at Patty McDee's, 8 to 11:55 at Patty McDee's in Granite City. Scott and Michelle at Pavia's, 7 o'clock in Granite. And the Monochromes,
Nice.
their big show. That's a Black Keys and Jack White tribute. And some legends on that list there. Lance Griggs,
Yeah.
Mikey Lowenstein,
Oh, yeah.
Stein, Dan Floyd, Casey Ashby.
And Casey was on with us a few weeks ago. It's the first time I had ever met Casey. Super nice guy. But this Jeff Beckwith, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's probably a chump. That's all I'm saying.
Check out the brand new venue down there. Beautiful place. The Mill in Granite City. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to see them doing that and coming up with this the monochromes. The whole idea of doing the Jack White, or I kept saying Jack Black tribute, but Jack White. I think they should do both. I said that, Jack White and Jack Black.
yeah, he was
Call it
trying
Jack
to get
Gray.
me and Lance to do that. So maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, I like it already.
Throw that out there.
What else we got? Brothers Johnson again.
Yep. Well, it's actually Jefferson, but
Brothers Johnson was a band from like the 70s. Sorry, they did a great version of Shuggy Otis's Strawberry Letter 23. No, I don't.
you ever drive to
True
Medora?
facts.
Pigpen, you ever drive to
I
Medora?
have drove to Medora.
Do you actually stop there or just kind of bypass it?
Well, there was this guy I knew who lived in Medora. I stopped at his house a few times.
Well, there's a bar there. I don't remember a bar. I'm sure there is because it's a small town.
I think it's like right on the curve, right on the main drag going through town. There is like one little shindig there.
Well, apparently it's called the Dar Bar.
Okay.
And Jimmy Dar is having a birthday.
All right.
And Leadfoot's playing it. So, good taste in
Nice.
music for
Yeah.
the Dar Bar, 7 to 11 in Medora.
In Medora, there you go.
And Lee Greenwood, he'll be over this weekend, Pigpen.
Yeah.
And, probably hanging out next to your heated pool while he gets ready for his big show at the Lincoln Theater in Belleville. You know all the stars, Pigpen.
I know the Big Dipper and I know the Little Dipper. Oh, man.
So you don't know Lee Greenwood? I thought you guys were buddies for some reason.
I don't know. As soon as you said the name Lee Greenwood, I went, who is that? That sounds familiar. But then when I looked down and I'm like, the Lincoln Theater, I'm drawing a blank. I'm not putting a face with it. So what do you know about Lee?
Isn't that I'm Proud to Be an American Guy? That song?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the giddy up, boom, bop, boom, bop, mo, mo. No? Elvira?
That's Flipside.
Oh, okay.
They're playing at the Legion
Well, cool.
at 7 o'clock, and Flip the Frog up at Tucker's Pub in Eldred.
That's
7
the double
to 11.
flip right there. That's back-to-back flips.
I know. And then there's the barn dance with Shotgun Phil.
All right.
Shotgun Creek's playing the barn dance at John B. Bush Event Center in Washington, Missouri.
It's the 8th annual Drunken Barn Dance.
How about
I
this?
might have added some of that stuff in.
Our buddies, the Trophy Mules, are playing at the Stubborn Mule in Steelville. Wow, check that out.
That was crazy. I think I just lost a few brain cells or something.
Guarantee you did.
I don't know what just happened, but something went through my head there.
We got to mention one-way traffic with Colt Ball and Friends. 8 o'clock at the Conservatory on Sunday. That's a $12 entry fee. And what else is going on Sunday? A bunch of stuff. But we'll get back to why we're here.
Why are we here?
We're here.
Let's answer the big questions.
To clean up
what is
the
it
town.
all about?
Right. So, a very good point you made earlier, Miss Serial Killer. You know, I hear people talking all the time that they're very frustrated with, you know, the way society has changed and everyone's tied to their phones and blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all, right? Mm-hmm. And you made a wonderful point earlier. What better way to get out and engage with real good people than to be part of this cleanup?
Yeah, it makes you believe in the goodness of humanity, honestly. It's a lot of jokes, too. Like, sometimes when we clean up on Elm Street, there's this corner that is the worst trash pickup we've ever done. We have to rake underneath stuff to get to the trash because they just mow right over it. So in that moment when we're, like, all down on our hands and knees picking up this trash, trying our best to not disturb the snakes, we are just joking, and it's honestly like family bonding.
They're so nice they will not disturb the snake.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes little friendly competitions will break out as to who can find the craziest. Look, I just found a syringe.
Every time.
We have considered, like, you know, having almost like a scavenger hunt type event within our cleanups
get a little trophy to, you know.
Yeah. To just, you know.
Oddest piece of trash.
And you get a sticker.
Yeah.
That's the best
What
part.
other categories could we have?
Yeah.
I don't know. Only trophy
Most
I've got.
dangerous piece of trash.
Most
No,
dangerous.
if you want people competing for
Well,
that.
It's got to come off the ground, though.
Right.
It's better in the...
You can just point at it if you're scared, too.
Yeah.
As long as you're the one that discovered it.
Just mark it down, yeah. And I just want the trophy. There it is. There it is. Yeah, the only trophy I ever got was doing 40 adult films in less than 30 days. It was a pretty big trophy. Don't laugh. I'm one of few who did it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. That's a great accomplishment.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
But that's taking place March 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And
Piasa Park.
And to piggyback on what Dennis is saying, the people who are coming out to this are the kind of people who are willing to come out on a Saturday and pick up trash. And do it with a smile and joking on their face. So again, the kind of people that you will probably love to engage with if you're going to get out and step away from the screen.
Well, I've seen a couple posts today about people talking about how nice it was that their phones were actually down. Right, because the phones went down. I guess Verizon and AT&T had some kind of problem overnight. Yeah, I don't have a phone, but people tell me this is what happened. But yeah, you see all these comments about, oh man, it was so nice to be away from my phone, and I actually got out and engaged with people. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
If you want to find nice people who are cleaning up, then March 3rd's your day. Piasa Park, 11 a.m.
Yeah. And you can just leave your phone in the car the whole time.
No problem.
Don't need it. Well, you might want to take it to take pictures to verify what you found if you're going to try and win this award. I swear I found that prophylactic. I did not bring it with me.
People staging.
Yes, it
trying
was
to
me
win.
that found the fridge.
Staging trying to win the scavenger hunt.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to win every time. Look, I found a baby. No. I'm just saying, I've got a couple kids. I don't mind, you know.
Saving him money and getting him a prize.
Right.
Exactly.
I'll trade one of them kids for a trophy. It's got to be easier to clean up after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would be easier to clean up after.
Yeah. And
Just got to shine it every once in a while, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You might as well, since you got all that extra time.
You know, my daughter who does the little beginning, our beginning clip, Lydia,
Mm-hmm.
She's actually in the award-winning journalism class. Maybe I don't know if that's true.
She
or not.
is.
So, I knew she was in the journalism class,
Yes.
yeah,
She is part of that program.
she's part
for
of that.
Sure.
Look at that. So
Is she doing good?
Oh, she's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say
What
that.
is she supposed to say?
yeah.
She just tells him, "Oh, she's awful."
Right, it's okay. You can be
I don't think I'm
honest.
supposed to
man.
talk about your students' performance. Am I there?
She is
That's
horrible.
True. That's true. That's true.
Always starting crap in class.
I just know how many people were out there thinking, Pigpen's daughter does journalism?
I know.
Oh, no.
But she's
Hopefully
like,
he's not asking...
So,
Hopefully she's not asking him questions.
she's asking me what not to do.
Okay.
She,
I haven't, just so you know, I haven't watched it yet, but apparently she made a rap about Student Press Freedom Day.
Oh no.
And she was trying to figure out what rhymes with Des Moines.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
no.
That
And they
is
were,
great.
they were brainstorming, and she came up with sirloin.
Nice.
I'm really excited to watch the video. Honestly,
yeah.
I am.
Earlier when we were talking, and I brought up slam poetry. I was like, that came off my daughter doing a slam poem down at Jacoby's about the bald spot on her head, where she did a slam poem about her bald spot, and I love the goofiness in her.
Oh,
that
I
she
did invite
just-
them to open mic too,
Yeah.
just in case they want to
Which
come
is
to.
tomorrow night at Maevas.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
And
We
so-
were talking about the people that come to the cleanup. I think it's as important to talk about the people that come to our open mics,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh, they're all so lovely to work with. Everyone who signs up to play music comes to talk to us afterwards and tells us that they're grateful that we're doing this. And it's like, you don't need to be grateful, we're doing this for you. Like, we're trying to bring everyone together, and everyone is so kind. I've seen strangers making conversations
The
and helping each other.
watching the people who are there performing, or even just watching, networking with each other, and just getting to know each other is, I think that's probably the best part for me. And I think a lot of people are apprehensive sometimes to go out to open mics because they feel like it's going to be people who are maybe experienced musicians, or they don't know if comedy is okay, or whatever the situation may be. And I mean, we really truly welcome everyone who wants to perform something in front of a group of people. You're welcome to come and hang out and experience that.
We've
We
even had
love-
some gnarly performances.
We have.
Yeah, we love the open mics. We encourage anyone who's looking to start a band or want to get involved in open mics or just playing music to get to open mics for sure. And Butch Moore is a great example of how they pay off, because how many years has he been doing open mics now, Big?
30 years or something
Right.
like that, and he's taped every one of them.
Yeah.
For 30 years, he's kept all these cassette tapes.
And they do every Wednesday and
Sunday.
at
That's
the
amazing.
Stagger Inn, and then Tuesday nights. Occasionally now it's Sneaky's Burgers,
Yeah.
which is the old brewery.
I'll record it for him if he comes on Friday.
There you go.
So he's been hosting those for like 30 years, and he records everyone who comes up and performs at his open mic, and then he keeps a tape of it. And I
Some
know
legends have been through there too.
Yeah,
That's the
and
interesting
some
part.
non-legends. I know I played up there, and I get specifically when he brought up that he recorded them all. I thought of this one time when I played a song I had wrote, and I played it just for one person in the audience to make that person laugh. I've never played it again, never wrote it down, and there's no other copy of the song except that. Now, I don't need to hear it again. I remember how horrible it was. It was a song wrote to make one friend laugh. Yeah, that is amazing to keep 30 years worth of tapes stored for that long, because I can't keep anything. I can't keep a thought in my head for more than 10 seconds. So performance art, spoken word, comedy.
We've had rap artists. We've had
What about modeling?
beatboxers.
What if I just want to model? I just want to walk the catwalk
Hey.
and do
Oh,
a
that'd be
spin.
pretty cool. Bring
Yeah.
like a little screen that you set up behind, and then
Yeah.
do a little strut for everyone.
yeah.
I'd clap. Come on.
Yeah, that's encouragement enough for me. Oh, I gotta go check my gowns and see which one's clean.
Even if it's jean chic, you can come out.
You know, toga. That's going on tomorrow night, man. So anybody, like Dennis was saying, if you're someone who writes songs and you've never really gotten a chance to get them out there, but you've always wanted to, open mics are the perfect place to go out and play the songs that you've wrote. If you're just learning someone else's songs, but you want to get used to being on stage and you know, again, perfect place. Great place to meet people to write songs with, other songwriters, and so many bands.
In this case, we know they're nice people. They're taking care of the snakes as they clean up. You can't get any nicer than that.
You mean taking care of the snakes?
No, not that kind of taking care.
Hey, I need you to take care of the
habitat.
snakes.
Just protecting their habitat.
Right.
And the
Oh
best
my
part
gosh,
is
there it
never
goes
do.
again.
I'm
having a
We gotta get out early tonight.
I'm having a brain lapse.
We got a game coming on. So
Oh.
yeah, we need to start heading out. But I do want to mention Sound Sanctuary with Joshua Grassley's going on Sunday
Okay.
at Rootbound in St. Charles. So that's something cool Josh Grassley's doing now. And Biff Gnarly's supposed to play at Red Flag, but
do we know anything about the Sound Sanctuary?
well, that's all we know.
That's all we know.
What's written.
Okay.
But this Biff Gnarly show that's on here, I don't know. They lost their drummer. But they were scheduled to play at Red Flag, so
Oh, bummer.
they didn't like to lose him. He, I guess, left the band.
He just
They know where he's at.
He just wandered off one day.
Anyhow.
We might have left him at our last gig, or maybe at the bank somewhere. One of the last three places we were at. Oh man! So, all right. Well, there you go. There's
We've paid $9,600.
Hey!
Yeah.
There's
So-
one thing is for sure. There's
Wrap it up.
no shortage of things happening in our community. Here's pages and pages of stuff, mostly going on this side of the river between tonight and Sunday. So, everybody, I want to thank April,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
award-winning
Yeah,
journalism.
glad to be here.
Thanks, Amanda, for coming back.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we barely got to talk to Faith. You got off easy. You got off light, but we're gonna come you back and really put the grill to you next time.
Right, give her a rookie break.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Thanks to Halpin Music. Thanks to Mr. Matt Van Vorst and Macias Insurance. And as always, everybody get out and support local music and art.